Welcome back to Pro Guide series. I'm 𝗙𝗥𝗢 from T4F, and today we're going to go through dynamic entry footwork. It will combine everything we have gone through, from shooting positions to decision making on the threshold. So now we will combine it as one. The dynamic entry utilizes speed, surprise, violence of action, and these elements have to be found, otherwise you're missing quite a lot. Speed is relative. It's not that much of a foot speed, but it's efficiency of movement. So everything you do has to be efficient. You have to be efficient on the corridors, you have to be efficient on the door frame, you have to be efficient with the gun, so everything applies. Surprise is highly connected to speed, because if you move in a hasty manner, the enemy doesn't have time to regroup to attack against you. Being gun ready, gun up, speed creates surprise. And when we come to violence of action, it's basically overwhelming the enemy in the second of the confrontation. It might be violence on hand-to-hand combat. It could be violence of action by yelling, commanding, shooting, or just looking scary by your demeanor and making sure that resistance is futile. So it's not only physical violence. And the violence of action, the purpose is to overwhelm the enemy. So you have superiority, would it be on fire, on force, or just numbers at that second when you have your enemy on your sides. As we talked already about efficiency, now everything we did in the past episodes come to play. Keeping the gun in the fight, you have to have good contact with the gun, having good proper stance, and be able to shoot fast, controlled shots on demand. When we go into the footwork, we will use the decision process that we learned on last lesson. Enemy balance in the room, anatomy of the room, so these come into play. So the decision making on the threshold. Tango, open door, unknown space, 𝗙𝗪, closed door. So this is how you make the decision on the threshold. It's also the framework you use on the buildings. Before the center step, before he sees inside the room, he doesn't know which corner he's going to take. So we make the decision on the center step, not before. So the point man decides on the spot using room anatomy and the priorities. And then you disseminate the tasks and flow into the room. On the center step, you want to be aligned behind the gun, ready to shoot, and have a proper shooting stance. So you start moving towards the door frame, turning your hips and your alignment towards the room. Then you take the center step and keep your foot neutral towards the end of the room. And depending on which corner you will take, you will do 45 degrees and then pivot to the corner. That is the structure of dynamic entry. Depending on the threat balance in the room, you either take the hook or you take the path of least resistance. The important thing is you observe into the room, and when you take the center step, you are in a good, solid shooting position and able to make the shot. You move towards the door frame, turn your hips, turn your alignment, and here you're already breaking the sector inside the room. And now when you turn 45 degrees, now you have the center step and you can make the decision. And you use the momentum of the movement to go into the room. If you make a shot, it has to be done before you break the threshold. And after the threshold, the priorities are the corners, number 1 and 2 man. All right, gents. Next we're going to do footwork for dynamic entry. The basic manner is you take 1 arm's length from the door frame. If you are on the wall, you will overstep inside the room on the frame. So then you don't have any room, so you take out your own time. Then when you start to move to the door, You just move slowly and you try to scan as much outside as you can. So you turn your hips that is behind the gun. And basically, when you come to the door frame, you take a center step that is on the center line of the door. It opens up for you for the decision making where you want to go. So when you want to make a hook, you step on the side of the door frame you want to go and turn your feet and hips already there. All right? And then you pivot on that foot to the corner. And then you go to the corner. Take the center step, not too early. Now you make the decision where you're going to go. Go to the frame you want to go. Pivot on the door frame. Go to the corner and then to your point of domination. Come in. Center step. Center step, decision, corner, points of domination. The basic principle of movement is to get the gun where your eyes are going. So you want to have the gun always pointing in the direction that your eyes are going. That's why you have to go around, have some space, so you can have alignment with the gun. This is the idea. So it's not basically you that want to go in the corner, you want to have the gun in the corner behind your eyes. All right? So this was the hook. Now we will do path of least resistance. And now you want to continue your movement to there, but you don't know it yet. You will realize it on the center step. So again, you have to be neutral on the center step. All right? Nice. So what he did, he went for 45, 45, then he has the step, but then he turns his posture going to the corner already, so the number 2 man can read where he's going quite well. So that was a good run. Awesome. All right, gents. Next we're going to go live with the UTM training ammunition. I want good hits. I want one shot from the threshold. And if you need to make a follow-on shot, it will be from the movement. We have 2 guys going in. Now you will make the decision of which corner to take, depending on the enemy balance. Load and make ready. Faster turn on the corner. Good hits. Better. Nice, good hits, good pace. So keep the pace all the time the same, so you don't take sprints, so the second guy won't be left behind. All right, so now let's go to corner fed room. Same principles apply. You try to see as much as you can before you enter. You want to break the shot before the door frame and then pivot to the corner. Footwork is the same. We just change the anatomy of the room. Change, we go one by one. Same principles apply. Now when we use the point of domination, the point man takes one corner. When the second man comes in, he takes also one corner. Don't overstep it. Don't step inside. Keep the distance still on the door frame. Good center step. So now the point man decides, because that corner is empty, so the threat balance is over there, because that's the unknown. So no tangos, no open doors. Next one is the unknown. Well done. Nice, good on the door frame. Nicely collapse the sector when you move. We go live with the UTMs. Now we inserted the tango, and let's see what the point man makes for his decision. So which corner he chooses. He should choose that one, because there's the bad dude. At least one proper shot on center mass before the threshold. Nice shots, nice movement. Now you don't see the target, it's in a new place. Now it was too fast, so you lost control on the movement, and the shot took a long time. So slower and more control, more pull on the gun. Better pull on the gun. You need to be inside from 1 meter more or less. Don't try to overrun your headlights, and then don't overrun your shooting. So if you move too fast, you lose the ability to observe and analyze. And when you lose that, I'm quite certain you don't have the ability to shoot. So you move at the pace that you can observe, analyze, and make decisions, and then shoot properly on that stance. All right, now it's in. Pivot from the threshold. Don't step in, because you see there's nothing. You see it, boom, and then you pivot from here to the corner, fast, okay? Nice. All right. That was a good run. We continue on the technical training still. Now we are adding more guys to the stack. Now we have 4 guys. Number 1 and 2 do as they were doing before. 3 and 4 guy support. So number 3 goes to the same side as number 1. So he can be faster on the support, because the first man took the biggest threat, so he needs support fastest. And then number 4 guy goes to the opposite side of the door frame, the side when number 2. Responsibility of fire is back of the room, so they don't check the corners, they are already done. Gentlemen, move. And this is the formation we want to have. Number 1 man, corner on his points of domination. Second guy on the corner on his points of domination. Number 3 man, same side as number 1. And number 4, same side as number 2. Tiny little bit too deep on the room, but it's in. All right, so as we go into the corner fed room, number 1 man was following the priority. Nothing there. Go to the unknown space. Boom, there was a tango. Right decision. Number 2 man on his heels, taking the corner that was free. 3 man, same side as number 1. 4 man, same side as number 2. Fire sectors for the 3 and 4. That direction in the end of the room. So, nice run. That was the lesson about footwork in dynamic entry to center fed rooms and corner fed rooms. Same principles apply to both types of rooms. You need space to maneuver. You need to have contact on the gun. You need to go in the speed that you can still observe and analyze, and then make the shot. For the next lesson, we will go into team movements and multiple rooms. So we'll bring this more together on the more build-up environment and scenario. First, we start training on the flat range to get the fundamentals of stance and shooting in order. After that, we go for the tape drills so we can analyze better on the movement. And when we have done the movement on tape drills, we go to live rooms because now we can have spatial awareness. You cannot see the targets, so it's progressing upwards. The guys get stimulus after stimulus after stimulus. It's a learning technique. So let's start. One room entry, center fed room. We do it dry, slow, methodical to get the movement right. And then we progress shooting with the UTMs. But first, slow, technical training, guys. Let's rock and roll. Good distance from the wall, good center step, nice checking of the corner, and good movement to the point of domination. Now you are coming into the wall, so you have good distance there, but you're cutting in. And then when you make the center step, you're going inside the room deep. So you make the shot here, and then you're late for the corner. Make the center step on the level, a little bit behind. So then you have time to have the shot, all right? For the center step, stepping a little bit deep, so you were drawn by the target. Load and make ready. That was a good one. All right, nice, good distance, good footwork, good hit. Same problem as last time. So you stepping center step deep, so you draw in by the target and you're late for the corner. You have good pace, just continue into your point of domination. Not bad. Awesome. This is more or less what we want to see. Now we go with two guys. Number one has the door, number two has the long. Be aware of when the number one man, point man, starts the initial entry, so the number two can then release and follow. I want simultaneous entry and good corners after the threshold, all right? All right, maybe a little bit slower to get the hit in. Otherwise, good movement, good procedure. A little bit overdoing it, aren't we? I want good hits, and now that you made two, you were deep. Yeah. For the first one, you were in.
Not good.
Oh! What did you hit there?
On se oltava toi. Niin vittu mä ammu.
Deep. Chill. I want good procedure, good hits, good movement. Chill. Good simultaneous entry in that sense. You were a little deep again, so don't cut the threshold inside when you come in. So you're cutting the threshold, you steal your own time, all right? Don't steal your own time. Stealing is not okay. Good hit. All right, you started the entry too early. So you started for the threshold, You started it here, so then you can only get not even halfway. Okay, that's a difficult thing to have the spatial awareness where everything is when you're concentrating to something else. Good shot, a little bit deep. Deep.
Deep or no?
Deep. But now the hit is there, okay. Again. Now it was good. Nice. For teaching purposes, we start on empty rooms, then we put targets, and then we put live role players. For adding students the visual stimulus and also difficulty and little pressure on the exercise. Let's roll. What's the hits? Nice. Good movement, go slow. All right, nice, good shot before the threshold. Number 2, little late, tiny one late. All right, nice hit when you shot it, contact. So you have it under control. Time and distance, take it away. All right, nice. Good shots before the threshold, good shots from the collapsing the sector. Number 2, tiny one late, but still good. Okay, nice. All right, so let's progress. 4 guys, 1 room, center fed, empty room first, then you put targets, then you put role players. Remember, proper movement, proper footwork. Be aware of where you're pointing the gun, so there's no blue on blue infractions. All right, good. Good pace, good formation, awesome hit. Change the point man. All right, good. First shot before the threshold. Number 1 found his point of domination. Number 3 also took a shot on the tango. Nice work, gents. Again. Number 1, good work on the door frame. Number 2, fast on the heels. 3 guy, good shot. Nice transition. Awesome. Again. Again. All right, nice, good movement, good shot. Next we will go for a corner fed room, same thing, empty room, individually. Be aware of the footwork, distances from the wall, and good stance. Nice. Good movement, good center step. Nice. Nice work. Next exercise will be 2 guys, corner fed room. We are going live. 𝗙𝗪𝗡 ready, if not done so. Nice. Nice. Good movement, good hits. When you're moving forward, coming closer to the target, remember point of aim, point of impact. Keep in mind the offset, so you have to aim higher as you come close. All right? Good. All right, for the initial movement, you can start to be a little bit more round because now you're getting quite bulky. So 45, 45. As you came a little late on the door frame and you overstepped it, good choice. Skip it and then come back on the forward movement when you collapse in the sector. So corner first and then the test. Okay, it's okay. All right, nice. Good shots from the door frame. Tack, tack, then corner, come back on the movement. So nice. Maybe a little bit more control since we're training. So hits are okay, but I would like to have them in anyway. So good work, but little smaller. Now I'm happy. All right, now we can go forward. For the next exercise, it will be 4-man stack. There will be a role player for progress. Go. All right, nice movement, nice initial shots, nice second man, right on the heels, good sectors. Nice dynamics, nice shots from the supporting guys. Now we have done technical training to isolate the footwork from tactical situation. Now we will progress to have adaptation and the tactical situation built around it.